Hello, friends and family. Welcome to another episode of Cynispection. One of our last few episodes, The Painted Lines. As we mentioned before, we will be moving to our own channel. John, can you tell people how to find, how we just found it right now? Because it's kind of hard to find due to algorithms.
Yeah, so you just go to youtube.com/@Cynispection. And I think Gabe can put up a little logo at the bottom if he takes like 10 seconds with the screen snippet. It's youtube.com/ and then @Cynispection. CYNISPECTION.
Hey, humans. Yes, I will put that link in like very soon. But yeah, subscribe there. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff. We'll be, reviewing some of our more usual things, which we are, agreeing that it's not, what we will be doing right now, because we're just going to review the show that everybody's reviewing, that everybody's talking.
You muted. Everybody's talking about, and what he's going to say is The Last of Us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's talking about it, but with good reason. I think it's a pretty good show. We enjoyed it, but John, you are a fan of the video game. I have never played the video game in my life.
Yeah.
So, what do you got?
It's pretty true to the game. It gives a little bit more background than the game ever had. That being said, it needed it because otherwise it wouldn't get you invested in the show, right? Like the whole point of this show or the first episode or pilot is to get the people invested right away. It's like Lost. The first episode is a giant plane crash, right? Like there's things that need to happen to get you invested. So in this case, they needed more character development because the game takes 20, 30 hours to play, and you get the character development over those 20 or 30 hours. I don't think that the show will be 20 or 30 hours. I think it'll probably be like a season and a half of the first game, maybe just one season. We'll see. The pacing, we don't know the pacing yet.
We do know
some
the
of the
pacing,
scenes were shot, which is
we
great.
do know the pacing because it's kind of like a Willow kind of situation. And one of the few good things we saw in Willow, which was it just picked up right away. Like, they just went on the quest, right away, which I assume is the gist of the game. Wait, we got some comments here.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It does stay true to the source material, 100%.
He says many times it's very faithful. See, video games can be done if they have people that care about the game do it.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, not just video games, but anything. Like, it's like the opposite of Willow, that people were kind of embarrassed by the source material
before it was a money making machine, right?
Yes.
Like you see those things. So I agree.
Did you ever see the Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
Yes, I did.
Yes, so that's kind of like, they were like, this is kind of dumb, but we'll make the best of it, kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think they did stay true to the source material while giving a new audience, maybe the people like you who haven't played the game, a view into like a few insights that you're going to get that you would have to play the game to get, right? So like they gave you a little bit more backstory for the characters than you would normally get, because you get that throughout the 20 or 30 hours of gameplay.
It does. I mean, that was obvious. It can't be the same as the game. The game, we've talked about video game characters, and they're usually just like go-getters.
Yeah.
Somebody that will go through all adversities, the dark rooms, the pits surrounded by lava and dragons, because you are the main video game character and you'll do it, and there's always a problem with the transfer. These modern video games like The Last of Us have more range in the character.
Yeah, they do. And that's why people love the games, right?
Yeah.
But I agree. The last comment was the best scene for me is the opening credits. 100%.
Okay, but
100%, because you know what annoys me about every zombie series ever? I'm just going to put this out there because I'm excited, but they never tell you how the zombies come to be. Like, They never do.
I
Like,
mean, they sort of do. They're like, oh, the virus reanimates dead cells and
yeah,
like some
but they
shit.
don't tell you like how the virus came to be, or is it a lab, or how did is it just a genetic mutation? Like in George A. Romero world, it's that there's no more room left in hell, right? Like Night of the Living Dead. So
Yeah.
like they give you some bullshit answer, but this like gave you something that's based in reality, and then like they just twisted it a little bit, and it became awesome. In my
All
opinion,
right.
I thought it was great.
I was immediately drawn when I saw that guy from the Mummy in it, which I'm sure you did not recognize, did you? You know
No,
who? Oh Jesus, I knew it. I fucking knew it. People are not recognizing him. So remember the Mummy, the Brendan Fraser one.
yes, I
You
do.
do. Okay, okay. So it's Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, and then
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz has a brother named Jonathan.
Yes.
That guy.
What? That's the guy?
That's the guy who delivers the exposition.
Oh, wow. I
It's
didn't
just like
realize that.
25 years later, so he looks a bit
Yeah.
old. But I mean, I love seeing that guy. He was good in it. He
Mhm.
had like a good he was like a guy. They like for these things, Hollywood is like, okay, we need a guy that can deliver a monologue. You know, like for example, when they did that episode of Game of Thrones where the Hound comes back after you think he's dead, and there's like this priest sort of
Yeah.
person. Like they were like, we need somebody that can deliver a monologue convincingly, and they
Yeah.
were like, all right, let's
Ian
get
McShane.
Ian
Yeah.
McShane. It's the same thing here. They were like, we need a guy that can do monologues, or just I don't know why they saw the Mummy and they thought this guy
I don't
this guy
know,
was
but
a good one.
it was awesome
It was
because
good.
like it was what I liked about it was it like had like a COVID feel because they're like, a virus, a pandemic, blah blah blah. And then the
Well,
other
it
guy's like,
starts.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it's like no, COVID's fine.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is the
yeah. It's
problem.
like
Yeah.
COVID's fun. That's not the problem. Like global war. And then I think it does something cool there because it actually is based it makes a comment on society and then moves on very quickly, which it's like if the Earth's temperature rose by a few degrees. So he's like, if global warming is a thing, then this could happen. So it's like placing the blame on humanity, which is a really nice small touch, in my opinion.
Very subtle, very like to the times without being on the nose, like you
Yeah.
and I always talk. It feels like every week you and I would talk about the same thing. So moving on. This is the biggest surprise for me. Because well, somebody just see what they're saying here. They're saying to someone someone that play the game, I thought the breakout scenes at night were differently better than the game and more intense. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that in a minute. But what I want to say is that I think I'm always surprised when a zombie movie or show is still good.
Yeah.
Because like everything you saw in this episode, everything you have seen
Hmm.
in other movies, like in shows. And like that opening scene, sorry, not that opening scene, the scene in the car when they're like trying to get out of the city.
Yes.
I love the camera work there because the camera never leaves the
Okay.
car.
So that is
Yeah.
straight 100% shot for shot from the video game.
Okay. But even
Yeah.
the plane crash,
What?
the
Yeah.
plane
All of that's from the
crashed.
game.
Okay. Well, that was good, but it was also like almost exactly verbatim the first scene of A Quiet Place Part 2.
But
And
this
it
game
was
came out before that.
it doesn't matter. I'm just saying we've seen it before. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's like I'm saying like there's only so many things you can do with a zombie story. Like but this one you got to fill it up with good characters, which this one definitely does,
Hmm.
and get great cinematography because they're monsters and zombies chasing people. Like we've seen that. Like
I
there's
mean, but
nothing.
this is creepy without needing to have like you didn't even realize you had seen one of the creatures,
No,
right?
well, no, and it also, you know, The Walking Dead found this out pretty early on. It's like the villains are like the zombies are a part of it, but the humans are the villains
Yeah.
when the world becomes a zombie place. And here, there's this like fascist like government, Fedra,
Yeah, it's
right? Like a
basically a military regime.
dictatorship
Yeah.
kind of regime. Um, how did you feel about? So is what's this guy's Joe's daughter in the game, or
Hmm.
is she made up for the movie?
No, that's all in the game. That's
His
all.
daughter, not the other girl.
All of it's from the game.
Okay. So he also loses a daughter in the
So
game.
the scene where he loses his daughter is shot for shot from the video game. Like
Okay.
100%. Like their IGN has a thing right now if you want to go look at it, and they're doing all the shot for shot scenes. But yeah, that was 100% like down to the zombie getting shot, it being a Fedra soldier, and then the Fedra soldier shooting him and him living and his daughter dying. And then that's when his watch breaks. That is 100% in the game. Like
Well,
it's
that was
a
very
scene
good.
yeah. I mean, they did a
I
great job.
I knew, of course, from the posters and the that this was about Bella Ramsey, not
Yeah.
this other girl. But this other girl was really like a great actress, scene stealer. Like she could have led the show, and that's kind of like what I liked about the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. Well, I wanted to comment on this. So I love how John like turned around and like told the lady to lock the door.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, but we're not taking you with us.
Yeah.
It's like lock the door, but I'm getting out of here. And then she's killed by the zombies. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that what this show's done so far is it was very creepy. Like they did a lot of things. Like you said, you've seen all of this, but they
All of
did
it.
it in a way that was extremely different and creepy. So like the introduction of the virus being a fungus and like that being a lead in, and then I don't know, like you never see the creatures. But you said like Rachel couldn't even watch it, right?
She stopped watching after like right before the little girl died. So that scene in the car, like she was like, enough. Like this is pretty messed up. Because they do a good job. Like again, this is made by Craig Matson Mason. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but he's the guy who did Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
And this
Which is
has a
also
very
amazing.
it's also amazing. If you haven't seen it, go watch Chernobyl. Very similar vibe to Chernobyl, where like Chernobyl starts and right away something's wrong. You don't know what you assume. I mean, it's the meltdown, but like you don't know exactly what's wrong, and it
Yep.
just it's just the vibes. Oh, we got Dibes. Hey, Dibes.
Hey, hello.
How's it
Nice.
going?
So we're just talking about Dibes. Did you play this game or no?
One of my favorite games of all time, but I never played the sequel ever.
Oh.
So I've only played the first one, but I played the first one probably like 100 hours easily. I probably beat it like 10 times.
So we're just talking about how they did a very good job of like taking the game, transferring it into live action, and also adding new things to it as far as like the camera work and everything like that goes.
Yeah, did you guys get like Children of Men vibes? There was like
at the very beginning of Children of Men, like the world's in this dystopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of Children of Men in there, like in a good way. And we were just talking about how like this show is made by Craig Mason. I think it's Mason. He made Chernobyl. So there's a lot of the same vibe that he did with Chernobyl. Like something's off. You just don't know exactly what and how this is going. I think he did a good job at that. Well, I think that. Oh, well, I think I just got spoiled on what happens in the sequel. So there you go.
Oh,
don't read it, Dives, if you don't want to.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, don't read the comments.
Yeah. So, what about like? It's funny. I thought it was funny that like the main people on the show are played by the scene stealers from Game of Thrones that were like supporting characters, but they stole every scene they were in. It was kind of funny.
I mean, and it's on HBO. I mean, there probably was some, working on that, but
well, they were like, you had a small role here, but we'll bring you back. You will get a better,
yeah, maybe, I don't know. But
get
I mean,
a better role there.
Pedro Pascal. It's not like he's hurting for work right now. He must have actually wanted to do this.
Is he on top of the world or what right now? Like he's got.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure the reviews are coming out, and like, this is probably the highest reviewed HBO show in a really long time.
What are the?
No.
Yeah.
The White Lotus and all those things. Everything.
HBO no, they didn't. White Lotus is in season like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But like, I'm saying like out the gate, like this much hype
Oh.
actually living up to this.
Wow,
Got it.
it's like 99% on Rotten.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's insane.
What?
It's insane. It is like out of all of their new shows, this is the one that like hit the gate running. Like
Cool.
White Lotus took a season. Even Game of Thrones didn't get popular until a couple seasons in.
Well, I mean, it speaks also like there's a big burden on video game movies and shows, and this one, seems to have made it work. When we've seen one episode, but it seems like the quality will probably be pretty consistent. We'll be talking about it, of course. Also, what I liked was what's the girlfriend's name? I forgot her name. Pedro Pascal's girlfriend.
The girl from Fringe.
That's what I was gonna say. She's from Fringe, and I haven't seen her in anything since Fringe, so I was very happy.
She's
to
been
see
in
her
other
here.
stuff.
But
yeah, Tess.
Tess, that's her name. Tess. She was very good in this. She didn't have a lot to do except for that one scene, their interrogation room scene. They're like, this woman is like big shit. Like I did not know. Of course,
she was on. I was like, by the way, if you ever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So she's like into like crime. She does like crime shows. I don't know if Fringe is a crime show, but
I don't know. Mindhunter was good.
Mindhunter, yes, it's one of my favorite shows ever. She was in Mindhunter.
Yeah, she's the main woman in Mindhunter.
Oh, well, that's another reason to watch it. It's a David Fincher show, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah, she is. I just pulled the IMDb. Just to double check.
I don't remember her being in that.
She's the main character in Mindhunter.
Mindhunters. David Fincher's Mindhunters.
Yeah, it's about like the serial killer chick.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. I don't remember her being in that.
Yeah, she's Dr. Wendy Carr. She's one of like the 3 FBI people that are on the show.
Wendy Carr?
Yeah, Wendy Carr. Is her name in Mindhunter. Anyway, back to The Last of Us.
Back to The Last of Us.
She does a great job. I mean, I don't, the only thing is, Gabe, I wish that I was in your shoes. Because of the game, I know what's coming. Like you have this fresh, open mind where you don't know anything that's coming down the pipe.
Well, I just read something here in the chat, but I'm completely fresh. I don't know anything. I didn't know anything. I just I didn't even know like there was this like I knew it was post-apocalyptic zombie show. That's all I knew. Like
but it's not. I mean, it has a point. Like something that I do like about this too is there's an end in sight, right? Like, or kind of like they know that they just need to get her across the country.
Yes, I don't know what for. I don't want to know. So okay, so he says, fellas, I want to point something out. I don't know if you noticed at the end of the episode. Yes, pointed out, but no spoilers for the game or the show, please.
No spoilers.
I don't know anything. I guess
pointed out, but no spoilers.
No spoilers because I don't know anything about this thing. I didn't know.
I mean, spoilers past episode 1. So, like, if you played the game, yeah.
So, spoilers past what we saw last night.
This is a new universe of film, and we only want to talk about like what's streaming. Yeah.
So, did you watch the behind the scenes like clip that they play at the end of the episode on HBO?
I didn't.
After the credits? So watch those. They used to do them in Westworld and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I watched all of them for Westworld.
Well, so in this one, like something that the filmmakers pointed out that I didn't notice on first watch, maybe you guys did, but how there's a big difference on the reaction from Joe's daughter when Joe kills the neighbor zombie from when Joe kills the military guy in the end in front of Bella Ramsey. Like the daughter's like horrified, like, wow, my dad just killed somebody, and Bella Ramsey's like, yeah, this guy's good.
Yeah.
So it's like a juxtaposition between the kind of characters that they are. I didn't notice, but I thought it was a great little touch.
So about the comment, yes.
You see, what's a clicker? A monster?
So a clicker is what
it's like a type of infected.
Okay, on the top of the building when they're walking. Okay, oh, cool.
There's different types of infected that they'll probably introduce.
Yeah, they'll explain it, I hope. But like normally you learn all this in the tutorial, but we haven't got the tutorial. So
I thought the pacing was pretty good.
It was awesome.
Pacing was good. It was an hour and a half. It was like a movie. It was like a
yeah,
movie.
it was really good. There was no I want to complain, but like
any nitpicks? Yeah, any nitpicks here or there?
Honestly, I didn't have any real nitpicks. I thought that it was a really good first episode. I understand why they added on certain things. Like they did it very well. You know, it wasn't like going rogue. You can tell that they stayed as close to the story as they could to try to make it make sense. So
I have a question. Yes, go ahead.
See, the only question is, can they keep it up?
Yeah, I mean
that's how good this was. Like I'm all in. Like I'm all in for them slowing it down and having like some filler episodes with Ellie and Joel and like Joel and build that relationship and dynamic. But
I mean, I'm not going to ruin anything, Gabe. But in the game, there are like these lulls, and then there are like these crazy moments, and like you can kind of see that in the episode structure as well, which is great. So it's like the beginning it was a little fast paced at first, and then it slowed down, and then it sped up, and then at the very end it kind of slowed down. And that's how the game is. So,
and this is definitely going to be, like John said, like a universe, right? There's going to be prequels and stuff coming out of this. I think there's going to be so much success out of this show that they're just going to.
I mean, they said the one thing that they said is they will not do anything that there's no source material for, meaning no game.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They're not doing anything. So
there's
they
like
said
47 games already.
There's like 2 games.
No, they did. I was reading yesterday. There's like The Last of Us Part 1, which is like a remake of the original with more levels or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's like DLC and stuff, but I think that they're going to include all of that.
When there's money, there's content.
Tommy prequel or something.
Yes, I want to know if the pills that they used, throughout the episode, are those how you get like more energy when they are like low on energy? Or
yeah, that's why.
Like the herbs in Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's why I actually love it, because we talked about this when we reviewed Raccoon City. But like they just found a stash of weapons in random places, just like you would in the game. Like you just check random things. And then, so the pills in the game, you get pills, and that's how you heal yourself, is pills. And they're white pills, like.
White pill. Oh, you mean The Last of Us Remastered, the only game that matters? I don't know. Honestly, there's more games.
So what he's saying is, let me explain real quick. They took and they made a whole new game, and they pushed everything together into one, and then they released The Last of Us Part 1.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Hopefully they won't stretch this. I don't want to see a cinematic universe of this. It'll be like The Walking Dead, where at the beginning, yeah, I don't care for that. I'm okay with this. I'm fine. But like zombies, all these zombies are extremely limited. You know what we watched the other day? Not to go on a tangent, but I rewatched Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. Have you seen that one?
Yes, I watched it with you, and we reviewed it, and it was garbage.
No, we did not watch it. We did not
watch it.
Oh.
We watched it.
No, that's Army of the Dead. No. Dawn of the Dead is the one he did like before 300 and before all this stuff.
Oh, you mean like 2003 Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that like a ton of times.
Yeah, it's pretty generic. Gets old pretty quick. Dives, what is it? Dives, and John, you got to make sure you go through light action, because all three of us know that it gets worse. Not ready. Sorry, just of the iceberg. Who's Sarah? Oh, the little girl. Okay. Yeah.
His daughter.
Well, that's all right. As long as they don't kill people from the Mummy. Did you notice Dives, the guy from the Mummy, or not?
I 100% knew that, and I was actually mad that he didn't have more of a role in this, because he was like a one and done. But I saw that, I was like, he's the comedy relief from the Mummy. He's terrific.
See, like John didn't notice. All right, let's close this out, because we don't want to do this for an hour and a half. So we will see you next time. And anything you want to say, Dives? What do you want to say?
Oh, well worth watching. Love the premiere, if you didn't know already, and definitely it's the next big show. until The Mandalorian hits in March.
Also starring Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. Yeah. They just released a trailer today or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same as everything else I've ever seen in Star Wars. So, whatever.
More about Star Wars.
More of the same. John, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? Say something funny. A joke. What joke you got? You
I
got
don't have a joke, but I can say it was good, and I hope it stays good. That's about it.
I could have tried the joke. Anyway, all right. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Adios.